Okay,
All right. We'll go. 5, 4, 3, 2. It's Maya,
It's Christian.
and you're sitting at the grandma table.
What's popping off, man?
Me?
I feel it. Hey, brother man hit me, say he got the topic. He got a lot to say.
Yeah.
So
Y'all gonna hear a lot of me today.
we're gonna let him, hey, audience, I'm gonna proverbially sit with y'all, and we're gonna let the man get what he need to say off.
So we're gonna sit here for a second because it's about 8 to 9 minutes worth of a video I want to play, because this video is what inspired my thoughts that inspired this topic. And I'm gonna just give some background. So the video was about Kanye West and Deion Sanders, and how, well, those were the backdrops that he was using for the actual topic. And the actual topic is about how black people in America have been forced into submission of what white people says is okay. And there should be no distinction, but we've made a distinction in our mind between Andrew Jackson, who is the man who was a super racist, bigot, slave owner. You know what I'm saying? Has a lot of blood on his hands. And how people are telling Deion how he sold black people out for not staying at a college that's named after somebody like that he wronged for that. But also on the other hand, telling Kanye that he wrong for saying, basically, if America can love slave owners, I can love Hitler. And it's like he was saying, that just goes to show you how black people are so mind controlled in the world today that we're okay with what everybody acknowledges is okay, and we're not okay with what everybody acknowledges is not okay, not knowing that the things that we're okay with are just as evil as the things that we're not okay with.
Yeah.
So with that background, let's let this play.
If whites, who we've let decide what counts as baby and bathwater. Because when I say that, you have to appreciate Andrew Jackson. You can't throw out the baby with the bathwater, but you can throw out Hitler because he's bathwater. Maybe Ye doesn't want to let you decide what's baby and what's bathwater. And why are you so comfortable with the distinctions that white people have given you about what counts as baby and what counts as bathwater, right? So Jackson State University, degraded conditions. Prime went to Colorado, University of Colorado, where there's going to be clean water and everything he touches works. Because if you've been around too many black institutions, because they're made by, a degraded poor, people who carry a lot of liabilities, not everything works the way it should. I suspect that Jackson State has roaches in a way that maybe CU Boulder doesn't. Everything's going to be nice. Everything's going to work the first time. You flip a switch, things are just going to happen. In a way that maybe flights are just going to happen, in a way that maybe they don't happen when you're at Jackson State University. And, Deion Sanders isn't like Obama. He didn't take a public service job. His job was to go there and win football games. He won a lot of football games and brought in a lot of money, and now he's leaving to a better job for him. Now, Obama had a public service job, so when he sold out the entire struggle for a Netflix job and for a Netflix deal and a book deal and a house in the Hamptons, that's a bigger deal because that was a public service racket. Deion's job was to turn an HBCU into a dominant football powerhouse, and he did that. And so, they both got a lot out of each other. Whereas the relationship between the black community and Obama is more markedly one-sided, right? So in thinking about Kanye, you have to think about a few things. You have to think about how other people think that they get to police who he likes. We have to hate the white people that white people want us to hate. We have to hate Trump. Kanye's like, no, what if I want to like Trump? And we have to like, and we can't like the white people that other white people tell us we can't like. We can't like Hitler. But we have to like Madison. We have to like Jackson. We have to be honored, and we have to like represent them as part of America. So he can like, that control over black feeling that Kanye is playing with is actually very important. He's off script. The last person I saw off script like this was, like I said before, Cynthia McKinney. And we know what happened to her. She went to obscurity. They didn't like a free Negro. Kanye, you can say, well, he's not crazy. He's not sane. He's not smart. Yeah, but he's off script. So I'll take the guy who's not like, who doesn't read books and, may have a mental illness, but is off script. I think he might be more useful for this time in America than someone like Barack Obama, who reads books, comes out with a book list, and is very much on script, as he told you that Flint's water is clean and that there is nothing he could do about reparations. Right? So think about how Deion, if you have a little homework, think about, in your mind, think about how Deion Sanders at Jackson State University, and named for Andrew Jackson, a genocidal maniac, and homicidal, the guy was doing, a genocidal maniac, and Kanye West, who is now being tarred for both citing a genocidal maniac they have in common. Like, Deion Sanders is being pilloried for not committing to an institution named for a genocidal maniac, and Kanye is being pilloried for saying that there's something to be said for, a genocidal maniac. And that's the black position right now. Like, that's the dance black people have to have. We have to like the white people, the genocidal maniacs that white people tell us to like, or at least be okay with that's it. We have to be okay with the genocidal maniacs white people tell us to be okay with. And we have to be upset at the genocidal maniacs and not be okay with the genocidal maniacs that white people tell us we can't be okay with. And we have to pretend, and this is something that there's a certain ethnic group / religion that needs the Nazis to be uniquely bad. And pushes that angle in a way that distorts our entire discourse around what constitutes an evil culture. Right? And because the Nazis being uniquely evil doesn't allow us to say that actually Americans are evil in the same way. But the thing is, Americans are evil in the same way. And that's the discourse we need to have if we're going to deal with our own issues at home. Right? Once again, if you like the...
So that's about all of that I needed to play. Earlier, he was having, and in some of his other videos, he breaks down the similar type race issues in America and like his views on them and what he's studied up on. And he makes it a point to want to fight back against that, right? Mm-hmm. And my position was, because I can't remember if it was in this video or the other video that I watched, but he said that really the only way to fix any of this is there's gonna have to be like a race war.
Yeah.
Because the ideologies of blacks and whites don't mix, no matter how much they want to tell you that they mix. And that's, you look at American history and you can say that, right? And my whole position on it was, if I tried to start a race war right now, it's not going to be enough people on my side to fight no way.
Yeah.
So my position, and trust me, this is all gonna, I just got to take y'all through my mind for a second.
Take your time.
In my mind, first of all, we gotta before we ever talk about having soldiers, we need to set a foundation to raise some soldiers. How we ever go raise no soldiers and we ain't got no families? We gotta start as a black man, as me, as Tamaya Hopkins. You know where I gotta start? I gotta start with making sure I got a family.
Yeah.
Then I need to make sure that you got a family. And I need to make sure that Hamp got a family. I need to make sure that D got a family. Because once we all got families, we can look and say, hey, not only do we have families that cooperate with each other.
Yeah. Family structure.
Once we have families that cooperate with each other, now we can look at the people who don't have families and the people who are not choosing to have families, or if they have families, they're not cooperating with other families. And we can say, and this is not, and nobody wants to do this because everybody thinks it's judgmental, but oh well, I'll go off that ledge. We need some judgmental people back in the black community. Because there's a whole bunch of lawlessness going on. And trust, I'm going to get to the lawlessness. But we need some people that's judgmental in the black community because we don't have anything. And he talks about that. You know why black people are so poor? We don't own anything. Yeah. This is the land of opportunity and we don't have nothing. We don't have no land. We don't have no businesses. We don't have no banks. And every time we get it, the white people destroy it because they're scared of us having that power. But you know why they can destroy it? Because every time it starts small. We need so many small things being built at the same time that they can't just destroy one. Because if you destroy one, it stands out. If you destroy many, it definitely stands out. And they don't want to stand out. You can tell. Ask any of them. Oh, well, I have black friends.
Wow. Yeah.
And trust, I have white friends. I'm not coming at them.
No.
But I'm saying the ones that are racist that hide it behind that.
Yeah, like we know they exist.
We know they exist. We can't ignore them.
Yeah.
So you know what we have to do? We have to, as a collective, we have to all decide this is over. This is over. But what is over? Not having families is over. That's where we got to start. We can't have no race war. We can't get no businesses and we can't get no towns and we can't get no banks. Front. We can't do it until the family is here.
Yeah.
And he talks about that.
Yeah.
This is why I like this guy. I found him last night. The family is where it starts. We got to start at the family level. We got to start there. But you know why we can't start there? Because we don't want to admit that we're lawless. We don't want to admit that we're lawless. We're so busy sitting up and, like he said, we're going to accept what's acceptable to the people who we want to be accepted by. But the people that they don't accept, we're going to hate them. So we're going to hate Hitler because the white people, the white man that we want to be so accepted by. He says that the white Caucasian Jew who is in charge of the world says F Hitler. And so we say F Hitler, but we won't say F Andrew Jackson because he said, oh, Andrew Jackson brought us all this money. He's cool. And trust, I'm not getting into that specific example. Where I want to take that is we do that for everything here.
Yeah.
We tell our kids at 18, you're either going to college or you're going to the military because that's what the white daddy wants you to do. That's the only way you go be a success. You either going to this white man's school to be a worker for them, or you ain't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the people that's telling you that never went.
Yeah.
Or they left. Or they went and they got a job. And they said, this ain't even what I really want to do either.
I'm just doing it.
But these are the people the people that's unhappy with their lives. These are the people trying to get you and me and him and D and all the people in our generation that I'm talking to right now. They're trying to get you to go down the road that they never traveled. They never saw the fruits of that labor. But it's what's accepted. And we want to be so accepted.
I'm not trying to. I'm gonna keep letting you go, but as you keep getting more and more into it, the only thing that keep coming in my head is it's accepted, but where are the results behind it?
There are none. Not for us.
No.
You know who do have the results behind it? The kids who already have businesses. They just went to college to get the degree. Because the guy who's running the business that they're gonna get a job from already promised them that job. They just can't make it seem like, oh, you just got the job just because you're your dad's kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if I give it to you without the piece of paper, that's what they're gonna say. Because believe it or not, the people that y'all are trying to get accepted by are scared of what you got to say about them.
Yeah.
They're afraid of the judgment from you. But you want their good graces. So we send our kids to their schools to get their jobs that they're not going to give us. But then I got niggas on my back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand where I'm getting at?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do the audience understand where I'm getting at?
Talk about it.
Like, we gotta sit up here, and you know why, Christian? You know why we can't get the families in order? You know why we can't? Like I said, we scared of lawlessness, and we scared to admit that we got the power to change it, because then it puts the onus on us.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. We don't want the onus on us, because then we got to admit that we always had the power. And you know why we don't want to admit that we always had the power? Because then everybody who made excuses feel bad. But you know what? Feeling bad and getting it right is much less than dying getting it wrong. You know who told us that? Our Father. Who is our Father? God told us that. This is where the Bible comes in. This is why I have the Bible. Remember the other day I finished reading Deuteronomy.
Right.
And I told you Deuteronomy 28 sounds like a very particular group of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just going to read off some of the things that I wrote down. Let's start with the blessings. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 2 through however long I'm going to go. And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, because you obey the voice of the Lord your God. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the country. Blessed shall be the fruit of your body, and the produce of your ground, and the increase of your herds, the increase of your cattle, and the offspring of your flocks. Blessed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Blessed shall you be when you come in, and blessed shall you be when you go out. The Lord will cause your enemies to rise against you and be defeated before your face. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. The Lord will command the blessing on you in your storehouses and in all to which you set your hand, and he will bless you in the land which the Lord your God is giving you. Verses 16 through 20 talk about the curses that shall be on you if you don't obey. And the curses are the opposite of everything that the blessings just said. Mm-hmm. So what are the blessings? Let's go over it again. Bible study with us. Blessed shall you be in the city. If you're in the city, that means you live in the city. If you're blessed in the city, you're blessed in the city. If you're blessed in the country, you're blessed in the country.
Yeah.
Black people in America, no matter where they go, are what? Cursed. Blessed shall be the fruit of your body. And what is the fruit of your body? Your children.
Yeah.
If the man holds the seed, then what is the fruit?
Yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. The produce of your ground and the increase of your herds. The produce of your ground is everything that you work. Mm-hmm. The increase of your herds is everything that you own. You follow the Lord God, you will be blessed no matter where you are, including your children, everything you do for work, and everything that you own. Simple, plain as day. And if you don't, it'll be cursed. Let's keep going. What is he gonna bless you with? Let's get some more clarity. Verse 21, the Lord will make the plague cling to you until he has consumed you from the land in which you are going to possess. You know, black people die earlier than anybody in America. From what? Diseases. Okay. Let's go to verse 25. The Lord will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them. And you shall become troublesome to all the kingdoms of the earth. Ask any old people you know. They feel like they've been hated no matter where they go. And people will tell you right now, I got friends in the UK. They'll tell you racism ain't no different in the UK. Racism ain't no different. It's a girl that I saw. She's a Korean black student, and she was talking about it. She said racism ain't no different in Korea.
Jeez.
So that sounds like you shall become troublesome to all. Okay, let's keep reading. Verse 26, your carcasses shall be food for all the birds of the air and the beasts of the earth, and no one shall frighten them away. Does anybody care when the kids kill each other?
No.
Let's keep reading. Verse 28, the Lord will strike you with madness and blindness and confusion of heart. Does anybody have any clarity in America?
No.
To the point where I got people asking me, what is the point of life? Why do you believe what you believe? You can't trust no authority. Oh, that sounds like confusion to me, do it not? That sound like confusion to you?
Yeah.
Let's keep going. We gonna keep going. I got plenty. Verse 29, and you shall grope at noonday as a blind man gropes in the darkness. You shall not prosper in your ways. You shall be only oppressed and plundered continually, and no one shall save you. Let's break down what that says. We all know what oppression means. Do you know what plundered means?
No.
Stolen from. How many niggas you know running in and out of houses and
Yeah.
don't we always say it's the blind leading the blind? Okay, let's keep going. Since we going. Verse 30, you shall betroth a wife and another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, but you shall not dwell in it. You shall plant a vineyard, but shall not gather its grapes. Let's break that down line by line. Get a wife and another man will lie with her. What is the main discourse on YouTube right now today? What is the main discourse on Facebook right now today? These men ain't. These women ain't. Everybody cheating.
Yep.
We gonna keep ignoring it or we gonna keep going? Because it says you shall build a house that you will not dwell in, and you shall plant a vineyard but shall not gather its grapes. Didn't I just say that black people don't own nothing in America? Let's keep going. Verse 32, your sons and your daughters shall be given to another people, and your eyes shall look and fail with longer for them all day long, and there shall be no strength in hand. They told me that when slaves came over here that your son and your daughter might go one way, your wife might go one, you might go another. That sound like that to me. Let's keep going. Oppression again. Verse 33. A nation whom you have not known shall eat the fruit of your land and the produce of your labor, and you shall be only oppressed and crushed continually.
So it's just going to keep happening.
Oh, you thought it was going to happen when you first got over here. Let's keep going because I got more. We got a whole little section here. Here we go. 38 through 41. You shall carry much seed out to the field, but gather little in, for the locust shall consume it. You shall plant vineyards and tend to them, but you shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worm shall eat them. You shall have olive trees throughout all your territory, but you shall not anoint yourselves with the oil, for your olives shall drop off. You know what they compared God to?
What?
An olive tree. We got churches all over the land, don't we?
Yeah.
The people in them I don't go to church because
getting further and further away.
I'm going to keep going. Verse 43 and 44. The alien who is among you shall rise higher and higher above you, and you shall come down lower and lower. He shall lend to you, but you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Wow. It's the Bible saying that.
And I'm not done. That's the crazy part. Let's go to verse 54. The sensitive and very refined man among you, the business brother, the brother who got it all together. What is he gonna do, God? Will be hostile towards his brother, towards the wife of his bosom, and toward the rest of his children whom he leaves behind, so that he will not give any of them the flesh of his children whom he will eat, because he has nothing left in the siege and desperate straits in which your enemy shall distress you at the gates. Now, I see black people all the time talking about these brothers who get this money and leave black women behind and black children behind and go with these white women, these Asian women.
Yeah.
These Latina women.
They gets away from the race they in.
Okay, but let's not just get on the brothers. What do it say about the sisters? The tender and delicate woman among you, who would not, and make sure y'all pay attention to what is included in these words. The tender and delicate woman among you who would not venture to set the sole of her foot on the ground because of her delicateness and sensitivity. What is this saying? The women who's in y'all group, so delicate, so sensitive, so sweet, so caring, so nurturing. He made sure, God don't make no mistakes. He made sure that Moses said that and that they wrote that down so that you would know when the time comes. Because everything that he been saying here, everything that seemed good turned to bad. So if the women were so soft and delicate, what they gonna be?
Hard body.
Hold on, here we go. Will refuse to the husband of her bosom and to her son and daughter. Her placenta, which comes out from between her feet, and her children whom she bears, for she will eat them secretly for lack of everything in siege and desperate straits, in which your enemy shall distress you at your gates. Now, everybody want to focus on the eat part. Everybody want to act like this so literal. This is a spiritual revelation here. when it says that she will eat them secretly, do we not always talk about, people always talk about how much damage some of the single mothers are doing to their sons and daughters by the ideologies that they're putting in their heads because they hate the men? Who is this talking about? Who is this talking about? Who? Somebody tell me who.
They talking about.
Who is this talking about?
It ain't white people.
Who is this talking about? Because it's only one group of people that every single thing that I just said, and it's not just that it applies, they complain about it.
Yep.
So you know why we're having this? Because we hate God. And we have continually proven through our continued unbelief and unfaithfulness to even the Savior that he gave us. Because everybody says Savior from sin and Savior from death. The reason that Lord Jesus said that he was not doing away with the law, because he was also not doing away with the curses that come along with it. He will save you from them, but he will not do away with them. And as we can see, we continually go along. We go away from his commandments. We kill and we steal from each other. We lie to each other. We hate each other. We sit up here and we act like sexual liberation is just this freeing thing. We act like the gay rights movement is just this freeing thing. I don't give a fuck if they cancel me. I'm sorry for cussing. I told you I was going to be worked up.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I told you, but you know the reason that stuff is okay? Because they said it was okay, and there's nobody to tell us it's not okay. So once it's been indoctrinated in us, now we start saying, well, I don't hate gay people, so I mean, I don't see why it's not a problem. Well, why would God have so much of a problem with gay people if I don't? If my friends don't have a problem with gay people, then why would God? That sounds like a God that I should serve. Maybe to stick it to God, I'll go be gay. Maybe to stick it to God, I'll go do whatever I want with my genitals. He can't tell me that I need a man. He doesn't even exist. Why would I need a man? He doesn't even exist. Why would I control my dick?
You go.
But these are the things that we don't talk about. And you know why we don't talk about them? Because it ain't no men to teach us this shit. Because the Bible tell us that the women can't teach us this shit. That's not me talking. Don't get mad at me. My grandma taught me a lot about this here book. She the one that gave me this here book that I'm reading with my name on it.
Yeah.
So I'm not discrediting nobody. But that's our problem with black people. We want to be able to tell people to live our life. We'll tell our kids, you're a failure if you're not going to college, you're going to the military. But when they look at you and say you're a failure for not adhering to the standards of God, who you say that you believe in, you'll look at him and say, stay in a child's place.
Shut up. Hush. You don't know what you're talking about.
You'll look at the person telling you, stop laying with these niggas who you ain't got no fucking idea or semblance of a resemblance of a want to have a family with. Stop making children by them, because the children are gonna suffer.
Yep. You're
gonna say, mind your business. But let a motherfucker come up with a fucked up ass wig. I bet y'all bitches gonna be underneath that bitch comments talking about, oh shit fucked up. Who's staying in what business, Christian? What time? What? So who get to determine who the fuck get to say what? So you know what? I'm going to come out here and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what niggas been scared to say. We are the people of the book. The white people know that we are the people of the book. They know that we're cursed because we do not follow by God's rules. No matter how much we talk about we love God, we in these churches and we got these pastors that's preaching this prosperity shit, and they ain't preaching nothing out this word, because as many years as I've been in church, I ain't never heard no nigga read Deuteronomy 28 at all. But I'll be damned if that nigga don't tell you that you can get some money next week so that you can put it in church.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be damned if these. I ain't even gonna say that. I'm going, but I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna go all the way off no ledge. Y'all don't deserve that. But what I will say is, we got to get this back into teaching.
Yeah.
We got to start shaming niggas. Because the drug dealers, the thugs, are not the niggas that we need to be laying with. Them are not the niggas that we need to be glorifying. I don't care if they help you get out of poverty. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? We cannot say that and then sit up here and go lay with them niggas that's losing their soul.
But ain't nobody saying that.
But nobody's saying it. But you know what? I'ma say it. I'ma damn say it. I'ma use that video as a backdrop. I'ma use the Bible as my word. This is my sword. This is what I go to war. Y'all can't hurt me because this is what I go to war with. So you know what? Maybe I can't unmantle the establishment. Maybe I can't dismantle the establishment. That's what I was trying to say. Mm-hmm. Maybe I can't tear down the whole thing and rebuild. But you know what I can do? I can build myself a foundation for a fucking family.
Yeah.
And I can tell y'all niggas that y'all need to build yourselves a foundation for a fucking family. And when we do that, and when we stop trying to play their game, and we get out here and we build this podcast into a business, and when Hamp build his IT consulting firm into a business, and when D build his art into a business, and we get some businesses going, and we get some families going that got these businesses, and we start turning these businesses into some homes, into some land, into some banks, into some equity. When we start doing that, when we start building our credit, when we start getting these finances in order, when we start getting these ownership rights in order, when we start getting this business in order, when we start getting our relationship with God in order, then we'll be able to say, hey, God wanted us to show y'all what it's like. I'll show y'all what it's like. We'll show y'all what it's like. And if that means going against the very people who are already in our families, and we got to say, F y'all, this is how we go do it. In order to do it, God tell us that's okay. Because Jesus said, he said, you must be willing to hate your mother, father, brother, sister, whoever, if you want to follow me. Why did he say that?
Because he knew what came along with it.
He already knew it was going to be your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your granny, your auntie. It was going to be the very niggas who brought you up who was going to take you out in this world.
Who's going to have you playing their game.
Because they're scared. And I'm not saying that we can't have empathy for them. But like I told you, I will not have sympathy for nobody doing wrong. I will have empathy for why it is that you're hurt, but I will not have sympathy for you for continuing to hurt when the very one that heals us is right inside of us. And y'all the one told me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all the one told me that.
Yeah.
And like we said the other day, if the family this small, why the hell are we not operating like that?
Yeah, we
need to make sure we know that.
No, you right. You're right.
We need to make sure we know that. So I'm done with telling these kids to go play this white man game, because I'm done playing it. I'm done telling these kids, hey, you're just a young dude. You know, you go out and have your fun. No, nigga, control your dick and get you some measure about getting ready to marry the woman that you meet. It may not be a sin to have multiple women, but it's not wise to do it.
Yeah.
Especially not in today's era. You know what was Solomon's downfall? He had so many wives and so many concubines around him that served other gods. You got these women that serve the god of money. Mm-hmm. They serve the god of sex. Mm-hmm. They serve the god of liberation and freedom, whatever that means.
Yeah.
They don't serve the God of the Bible.
Yeah.
And you don't have to ask them if they serve the God of the Bible, because God tells you that it's 2 requirements to follow Jesus. You have to confess it with your mouth and believe it in your heart. And it's a whole bunch of confessors, but not a bunch of believers.
If you get confession.
If you get confession. That's why everybody in the church may not be who you need to marry, but you not go find your wife in the club. You got a way bigger chance of finding her in the church. But you know where you got the biggest chance? In the word.
Yeah.
You find out what a godly woman look like in the word. And then you go to the word and you tell him, hey, keep me on the path that you need me on. And then he'll introduce you to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where you find it.
Yeah.
That's where you find it.
Yeah.
You don't go find her out on campus when all these hoes that I see, all these little ass hoes out here coming straight out of high school. Yes, I'm talking about y'all daughters. Y'all daughters is walking around here with their asses out. They got shorts on, but they ass out. I see it.
Yeah. No underwear.
And I can't say that I don't have empathy for the young niggas that's falling into that trap, but that's what this podcast is for. I gotta tell them, get out that trap.
Yeah.
Stop fucking with these traps and get out that trap.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Don't lose hope. Don't say ain't none of these, because it ain't. All you need is one.
Yeah.
And don't trick yourself into thinking you need more than one. No, you don't. Because when you find the one that fulfill you for real, the one that's meant for you, you won't even see the other hoes. Yeah. But you can't fathom that because you've gotten so used to going out and fucking everything walking, you can't even stop.
Or somebody embedding that in your head at a young age, telling you, yeah, if I was your age, I'd fuck everything. I was fucking everything.
And
walking.
I know they're doing it because they're doing it to me. They're doing it to you. I see it.
No, every day.
And we got to start calling them perverted ass niggas out.
Yeah.
But you know why we won't do it? Because that's Unc saying that.
Yeah.
Tell Unc.
That's OG. Yeah. Yeah. Nah. Like,
tell them go fuck themselves because they've already done it. You walk in this earth and you ain't accepted him into your heart and you ain't changed the ways, you already are fucked.
Yeah.
So tell them go fuck themselves. They've already done it. And I really meant to stop cussing, but I can't. I'm worked up. And it's so hard. It's really difficult because you got to go out on that ledge by yourself and it's going to be lonely. And it's going to seem like everybody around you is calling you corny. Crazy. And it's going to seem like none of the little bitches want to give you no ass. And it's going to seem like all the niggas around you looking at you crazy. And even the people that they told you all your life was going to hand you a job is never going to hand you a job. And even if they do, they go want you to smile in their face all day at the workplace. If you come in with a negative attitude, they're going to ask you, Tamaye, what's wrong today? You're not making anyone around here laugh.
As if that's all you supposed to be. You're
not making anyone around here smile.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you don't belong there, my nigga. You know what I realized? I didn't belong. And I'm not saying that you can't use those things to get to these places, because in the world that we live in, I have no problem with being in the world, but not of it. Yeah. If you want to go to school for what you're really passionate about and what you're really good at, do that. That's not what I'm telling you. But don't take your ass up there because your granny said do it. She don't know shit. She never been.
Yeah. No. Talking. Yeah.
Your mama never been.
Or didn't finish, or didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Like, stop listening to those people. I'm sorry. I know it goes against conventional wisdom. But you know what I realized? I realized that at a young age, and it became manifested once I got older. I was always supposed to be alone. I was chosen for this shit.
You know, just again, as you speaking, conventional wisdom, like,
damn, I see why preachers start sweating.
Because, boy, you get to going and it get hot.
It get hot. It get real hot.
But I'm sitting here thinking, and it's like, conventional by who measures? Conventional by whose standards? The people you shouldn't be listening to anyway?
Thank you.
The people, like, let's stop chasing conventional and let's get convicted.
Thank you. And sometimes that's going to look like, Christian, you know what that's going to look like, and you know why people are so uncomfortable with it? Because sometimes that's going to look like the most you're ever going to make in your life in 1 year is $50K.
Yep. Sometimes it's going to look like You not gonna ever get a nod from nobody. You not gonna ever get a that's all right. You not gonna ever get a no. But you know what? The one who came down here and died for us didn't get all of that.
None of that.
He didn't get accepted. He didn't. What we talked about the other day. He had his faithful few. He didn't have. It wasn't a whole bunch of everybody around to sit up and smile and even
and the ones that did, Christian, the ones that did, he fed the multitude.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what they did after they were fed? They turned their backs on them.
Yep.
Again, that happens multiple times in scripture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So why do you think it's not coming for you? You know the reason you read this book? So you know what's coming.
Yep.
And you know what to avoid. This is the book of life.
Yeah.
Stop playing with this.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. It's not fairy tale. It's not made up. And everybody fucking knows that but us.
It's a reason why stuff is in there and you go, boy, that sound like today.
Christian,
boy, that sound like today.
You know how far the white people are willing to go to make sure that you don't know that this is true? They'll sacrifice their own for it. They got the white kids believing it's not true no more. They'll sacrifice their own for it to make sure that you don't know, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I gotta do this fucking podcast. That's why you gotta do this fucking podcast. That's why we gotta make this episode.
We gotta come.
Because y'all need to know the power that's in every hotel room, that's in every one of y'all churches, that if you took for free, they wouldn't trip. That your grandma got 2-3 copies of. And if you ask her for one, she'll either give you the one she got or go buy you one. Matter of fact, you ain't got to do that. It's a fucking app on these phones that y'all use fucking Instagram to get some bitches from. These low-level assholes who fucking everybody on the street, and y'all already know it and still giving your dick up to them. So what the fuck do that make you? If you sleeping with if by y'all definition these women is trash and y'all sleeping with them, what the fuck do that make you?
You are.
Stop fucking acting like we can't call these people out, bro.
Yeah.
We need more young niggas that's using this YouTube shit to look up some shit that got to do with credit rather than a King Von music video.
Hey, bro, I was watching Miles Monroe, and he was talking about the kingdom, and he was just talking about how kids in the kingdom, when they're growing up, they're taught not to think, not to act, not to look, not to feel, not to behave, not to anything like you. Why? There's a standard.
It's a standard.
There's a standard in every kingdom. There's a standard in every kingdom. There's a reason why a prince at a young age, he can't get with no regular 8-year-old from America. No, we got to keep him away from. He got to behave a certain way. He got to
When you royalty, when you chosen, man.
When you really are a king's kid, when you really are of the kingdom, you gotta represent. Like, I said it before, bro. We representing down here, and we not doing a good job at representing down here. We not doing a good job at.
And we're the people that he chose to represent.
And
he chose us to represent. We just done forgot that because every time they start Black History Month, they start with the slaves. Mm-hmm. Because if you tell a nigga that his origins trace all the way back to ancient Israel, Now he's gonna be curious. Now he gonna want to know.
Because he ain't never heard that before.
And once enough of them young niggas find out, and I put the onus on the young men, and the reason I talk to the young men is because they might have convinced you that the women set the standard. No, they don't. You do. Mm-hmm. Because wherever you go, they will go. I promise. Mm-hmm. Stop going where they go and set your own path, and they will come to you. Why do you think these rappers keep telling you what 50 Cent say? What 50 Cent say? I'm about to pull it up because this one of my favorite 50 Cent songs. And y'all don't know nothing about this shit. And I'm about to read y'all. What do you say? Pulling it up right now. My mama gave birth to a winner. I gotta win. Pray the Lord forgive me for my sins. I'm still thugging, cruising, rims gleaming like the stones on my wrist, zoning. Guess this how it feel to be rich, homie. You hustling backwards if you chasing a bitch. Stupid. Chase the paper. They come with this shit. They go wherever you go.
Yeah.
But y'all niggas so dupe, y'all think y'all gotta go wherever they go. And then wonder why they cheat on you. They don't respect you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wonder why they hate you. They don't respect you.
I'm finding out, right? You know, because for a while, like, all I heard was the regular, I don't need a man can't this, a man can't that. Within this last year or so, I'm finding more and more women actually saying, you know, I'm tired of being in control.
Because, Christian, they got out here and they said, nah, that's bullshit.
Down to something as simple as, please, this is a real quote that I've heard, that I've dealt with. Please, somebody else, referring to a man, tell me where we're going to eat.
Because Christian,
look at how simple that is.
Christian, they want it. But bruh, you know why they keep following the thugs and the this and the that? Because that's the standard. Mm-hmm. So they're conforming to it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? The thing is, maybe you can't have the women that have already conformed to it, but there's enough of them that never wanted to conform to it in the first place. So if majority of the men went to the other side and said, nah, that shit over there is bullshit, they'll instantly get right.
And the crazy part is,
but we don't know that.
Even the ones that conform to it are look and go. Because we talk about it all the time. All it take is, wait a minute. You just gotta reconsider.
If the niggas that was getting the money was the niggas with the college degree, the niggas that was getting that had the businesses. But the thing is, they don't see that enough.
No.
Because we're not doing it. No. But you know why we're not doing it? Because we don't have no fucking families. We don't own shit.
No.
We can't even own our own children, much less talking about owning no building.
No.
You know why, nigga? Because we don't believe shit. We don't own shit. And we don't know shit. So you know what we don't do? Grow shit.
You know what? And I'm gonna add on top of that. They can't see it, but we not willing to.
No, we're not willing to put ourselves under.
We're not willing to submit.
We're not willing to put ourselves under.
Like, let's just call it what it is. Black people hate authority.
Thank you.
But guess what you got to do when you following Jesus? Submit.
But they'll submit to white daddy.
Like, I'm trying to chase this paper. I'm trying to chase this paper. I'm trying to.
And people think submitting to white daddy is going to a 9-to-5. No, nigga, it's chasing the validation. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with the honest day's work. There's nothing wrong with working for the white man until you have the means to do other shit. Mm-hmm. You know why there's nothing wrong with that? Because the only other way that you could do it was to do it illegally. And if you gotta do it illegal, if you gotta sell out your own people to do it, you're no better than them. In fact, you're worse off because at least they had the education to know what to do with it. You don't. You just go buy chains and whips and
people don't look at it like this, but yes, bringing these drugs to your community is selling out your own.
That's
people.
selling out. Deion Sanders ain't never sold out a black man in his life.
Like that's selling out when you.
But if you and I'm gonna call it out, if you so much as selling weed, you selling out.
Yeah.
They gonna hate me for this one. I don't give a fuck. I prayed before I came on here. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing he wouldn't approve of, except maybe the cussing part. But damn it, if that's what get it through to somebody's head. I'm done.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, this definitely is going to be an episode that
I'm putting this up immediately.
Not just y'all gonna have to run back, but I'm gonna have to run back. He's gonna have to run back multiple times. That wasn't Maya talking. Don't because hey, it ain't even gonna matter if you get so enticed on who was speaking. It ain't even gonna matter. Just know that the words weren't of him. Keep on rocking out and keep coming back to get these words every week, every day. But until next time, gang.
Peace.